with action in Group A between Suriname and Costa Rica from the Alexis Arguello Sports Complex in Managua, Nicaragua. Here is the story in Group A. There you see Costa Rica after their 7-3 win against Haiti yesterday. They sit atop the group, followed closely behind by Mexico, who will be in action later today against Haiti, while Suriname looking for their first win after falling to Mexico yesterday, 7-3. Hi, everyone. My name is Arch Bell, and glad to have you with us today as the champs are in the house. Costa Rica, back-to-back-to-back champions in the Concacaf Futsal Championship. Three-peat in 2021, and now looking to make it a four-peat here in 2024 in the 5th overall title for the Ticos. But first and foremost, they must navigate a very tricky affair with a Suriname team that is going to be very hungry to find a full 3 points on this match day 2. And already it has been an incredible match day with Guatemala defeating Trinidad and Tobago, followed by an absolutely entertaining and wild 7-6 win for the Dominican Republic against the United States. So that Group C, really thrown into chaos with the results of today. And that sets the stage for an exciting finish in that group. But in Group A, the second match day is just kicking off with these two sides. But it should be a really good one. And Costa Rica, they have really become the commanding team, the dominating team in this tournament. As I mentioned, 4 titles to their name. They are the most decorated nation in the CONCACAF Futsal Championship. And they will certainly also be looking to get a win so they can draw one victory closer to qualifying for another World Cup. As the two sides are getting ready for action, the 2024 CONCACAF Futsal World Cup taking place in Uzbekistan later this year. Costa Rica, they have been to 5 World Cups, including the last 3, while Suriname, they would like nothing more than to qualify for a first ever FIFA Futsal World Cup. Their best performance in a CONCACAF Futsal Championship coming 3 years ago in Guatemala when they reached the quarterfinal stage. As these two teams will soon be would be saying a lot for the Suriname team, as we will now pause for anthems.
Nos mantenemos de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Costa Rica.
So both anthems in the books, and we are now just mere moments away from kickoff and what will be the 4th all-time meeting between these two nations at a Concacaf Futsal Championship. All 3 previous meetings belonging to Costa Rica. The Ticos taking a 5-3 final at Costa Rica 2000, Group A. Group A again in 2004, it was Costa Rica 13, Suriname 1. That was in the group stage affair. And then just 3 years ago, mentioned that quarterfinal run from Suriname. Here's their starting 11. Julian Borges in goal, Vangelino Sastromujo, Ike Adams, Giovanni Blatz, and Marcelino Plat, the starters for Suriname. Sastromujo, very experienced player in his own right. Well, 3 years ago, these two sides met in the quarterfinals, and Costa Rica won that one 12-1. So Suriname thinking revenge. They'd love to be able to do it and get themselves right back into the mix here in Group A. As a full team photo for both. And a look there at the referees. There you have it. Francisco Cedeno Morales of Panama, Yordanka Payu of Cuba, Javier Garcia. But first they must handle a Suriname team looking to rebound from their opening loss against Mexico, while Costa Rica can put themselves in a great position to reach the knockout stage in the quarterfinals with a win here. As we are just about set to get ready at the Alexis Arguello Sports Complex in Managua, Nicaragua. Great atmosphere last night for the Panama-Nicaragua game, the host nation falling 6-3 to Panama, but the fans certainly came out, and Sunday stands to be another great day of action here at the CONCACAF Futsal Championship as Costa Rica get right to work. That's Caboceta, the number 7. Long-range shot there, and it's off the crossbar, so an early warning shot from Costa Rica. Here's a look at Caboceta. But that long-range effort hitting off the fingertips of Borges and onto the crossbar. Good chance here for Suriname to take the lead, but that was blocked. So Pablo Castro in the Costa Rica goal with an early save as well. So 2 saves, each goalkeeper making a big stop inside the first minute. So both sides coming out in strong fashion. That was Giovanni Blatz, who had a decent crack at goal. And there's a giveaway there. but that will roll into the hands of Borges. So that's going to be imperative for the Suriname team to take care of the ball, and if you do lose it, get back in transition. And I think we might have an injury stoppage here. And you could have, I think you might have even heard him. That, I believe that is Blatz that's on the ground. And looks like the left leg, so maybe it's an ankle of some kind, but certainly in a lot of pain is Blatz, as Suriname will make an early sub. And you can see on his left hand as well, he has dealing with an injury. As in the early going here, a shot for each side. A couple good scoring chances, but no goals yet. And in the last 2 games between these two, Costa Rica have scored 25 goals. So Suriname will certainly be looking to shore things up on the defensive front. Here's another look at the play. And yeah, it just looks like, I think Blatz got tied up there. And I think that was Cabaceta, the Costa Rica player. Certainly nothing malicious in it. I think just a battling for the ball, and maybe got stepped on, or maybe a slight twist of some kind. But the stretcher is out, and Blatz will need to be replaced. And we'll see who the ball will belong to. It will be a kick in for Suriname. Quick shot off, and doesn't get much on it, but here's another one. It hits the crossbar. My goodness gracious. So 2 shots in this game already off the crossbar. Decent crack that. That was Marcelinho Plat. That ball took a deflection and hit off the crossbar of Pablo Castro's goal. So Costa Rica spared from conceding early. Plat, the number 12 for Suriname, making his presence known early here. So Costa Rica, inside the first couple seconds, they had a shot off the crossbar, and now Suriname have had a shot off the crossbar in addition to another scoring chance. As they go long here, again, remembering the futsal ball, it's a size 4 ball, and the way it's designed is slightly heavier to keep it more on the ground, so you don't see much aerial play in futsal, but on that last pass you did. But on the whole, not a lot of balls in the air, not a lot of long ball, if you will, in the game of futsal. Here's Costa Rica now. Cabaceta. Still Cabaceta. Tries to sneak in a right-footed shot. Didn't have a lot of pace on it, looking more for placement. Kick save from Borges. Here's Cabaceta again. And kicked out of play. It'll stay with the Ticos. There's another look there. And yeah, he just kind of tries to slot it in, knowing that Borges was perhaps leaning the other way. Here's Fonseca, the 6. And a whistle, and a foul called. It looks against Costa Rica. No, excuse me, it'll stay here. So it's a free kick for Costa Rica. And standing over it is Fonseca, the captain. We'll see. Fonseca will go to his right, played back, and a shot up into the rafters. No harm done. So Costa Rica, 4 titles, They won the second edition in 2000 when they defeated Cuba in the final 2-0. It's no small feat to record a clean sheet, especially in a final. And they won in 2012, 2016, and 2021. In 2012, defeated Guatemala 3-2. And then 2016, another clean sheet win in the final, this time against Panama in a 4-0 final. And then 3 years ago in Guatemala City, he was edging the United States 3-2. So Costa Rica with 4 titles in the Concacaf Futsal Championship. The U.S. have 2, their last coming in 2004, and then Guatemala has 1 to their name. So 5 participations in the Futsal World Cup for Costa Rica: 1992, 2000, 2012, 2016, and 2021. And as I mentioned, Suriname looking for their first one. Here's Costa Rica now. This is Costa Rica's game. They like to play possession, work the ball around side to side, try to stretch the defense. Cabaceta. Still Cabaceta, right-footed shot, and that was blocked off the line, but it came off the foot of Fonseca on the Suriname goal line. So an odd sequence there. It was almost like Fonseca played the role of defender as that ball, I don't think he knew anything about it. It just hit him on the foot and bounced out, doing Suriname a favor. Costa Rica back to work on the attack. That's 11, Daniel Gomez with it. Goes over to Pablo Rodriguez, the 9. Back to Gomez. Cabaceta. And poked away out of the legs of Pablo Rodriguez. It stays with Costa Rica. So just over 4 minutes gone, still 0-0. Shot here, deflected out. And it will go over to Suriname. And remember, you only have 4 seconds to play the ball back in on a kick in like that. So goalkeeper only has 4 seconds to have the ball at his feet and only 4 seconds to play back in. And a shot rolls wide there for Suriname. That was number 8, Roche Pita. So Pita started on the bench, so he is coming to the fray in this one. Suriname, interesting squad. So everybody on the Suriname team plays locally, their futsal in Suriname, except for one man. Here's a shot here from Costa Rica, saved there from Borges. The lone player who plays outside of Suriname is Mohamed Golaman. Hulaman, excuse me. Meanwhile, Costa Rica have 7 players who play in Europe. Hulaman plays in the Netherlands. For Gronstar. Excuse me, Green Star. But all the other Suriname players are based in Suriname. That's Costa Rica. They play it in. Possession-wise, it's been pretty much the Ticos from the start, but still no goals to show for it. That's Gilbert Vindas. He's into the game. Also in is Millington Tijerino. Tijerino, who was the golden ball 3 years ago in Guatemala, so certainly one of the players to watch in this tournament. Costa Rica taking 2 of the top honors, Tijerino golden ball, and then Cesar Vargas has the golden glove. Vargas on the bench for this one. So trying to figure out what the stoppage was for. Perhaps to recollect the ball as we get going here. 14:30 remaining in this first period. A couple early flurries from the two teams, each team hitting the crossbar, but no goals as of yet. Costa Rica patient. There's a shot, but blocked. That was Salas taking the shot, but had his effort snuffed out, but it goes right back to Costa Rica. Here's Leon. Tries to flick it back, but it'll stay with the Ticos as they play back to Castro. Up to Leon. And goes right back to Costa Rica. Left-footed shot wide. So hooked wide there by Vindas, Gilbert Vindas. So right now, Suriname having difficulty playing out of their own half and sustaining possession and turning the ball right back over to Costa Rica. And so far, they've been spared, but a dangerous game to play if you're Suriname. And that perhaps is leading to our first timeout. Each side allowed one timeout per half. Timeouts don't carry over. You can't take it with you. So you might as well use it. Pretty clean affair so far, too. No yellow cards. As Costa Rica looking to get their second win of this tournament. And they've really just become the premier nation in futsal in the Concacaf region over the course of the last 10 to 15 years. And certainly when you think about futsal and Concacaf, Guatemala, they were one of the early powers and still very much a top team, making it to the Futsal World Cup 3 years ago in Lithuania. U.S. with 2 titles, Cuba 4 times in the final, 5 World Cups. But it has really been Costa Rica who have taken command of futsal in CONCACAF. And you better believe that plays a psychological factor as well. As Suriname go long, hoping to play off the big frame of the forward there. I believe that was Platt. No, excuse me, that was Blatz. Or Adams, I should say. But the chance is spoiled. Costa Rica back with it. Now Suriname on the break. Can they get something going here? A 3-on-1. Pulled back shot and into the net. It's a goal. Goal Suriname. And Suriname are the team to score first with 13:15 remaining in the first half. It's number 3, Vangelino Sastromajo. Right-footed shot, and it beats Castro. So Sastromajo gives his side a 1-0 lead. So Suriname, they were beaten 13-1 by Costa Rica in 2004 and then 12-1 last year in the quarterfinals, but they lead here early. Haven't had much possession, but on the break, they made the most of their chance. Well, in the previous game, we saw the Dominican Republic. I think most people were maybe expecting the United States to take that one, but instead the Dominicans had other ideas and won. And could there be another surprise brewing here? Right-footed shot, stays in. And you can definitely see a lot more energy in this Suriname team, especially with that goal. That'll give you a lot of confidence. If you're Costa Rica, no reason to panic. A lot of time left. not even halfway through this first period. They can still play their game, play to their liking. But a little unnerving to concede a goal like that, for sure. Here's Gomez. Left-footed shot blocked. And another left-footed shot and a goal. Goal Costa Rica. Well, there's the answer right there. It was number 9, Pablo Rodriguez. So not even a minute lasted before Costa Rica pull level 1-1. Pablo Rodriguez, his initial left-footed attempt blocked, but he hit pay dirt on the second one, and it's 1-1. So Sastromaja for Suriname and Rodriguez for Costa Rica on the score sheet. That's Costa Rica now on the hunt for their second goal of the day. It's not often that Costa Rica actually fall behind in the Concacaf Futsal Championship, but they did on this occasion. They currently find themselves level at 1-1, and Giovanni Blatz checking back into the game for Suriname. Took the place of Ike Adams. This Costa Rica team, they have players in all throughout Europe, as I mentioned, including 4 in Poland, 1 in Slovakia, 1 in Estonia, 2 in Slovakia. So 2 in Slovakia, 1 in Estonia, and 4 in Poland. So a wealth of European experience on the side of the Ticos. One of the things that Tijerino highlighted in that interview with FIFA, just how they think that's the type of thing that can make a difference come World Cup time, presuming they make it. But here they find themselves in a tangle with Suriname. Blade, the number 11 for Suriname, plays it in, but it goes right back over to Costa Rica. There he is, number 11, Anthony Blade for Suriname. Defending the kick in there from Salas. And that will go out and belong to Suriname. Well, if you're Prashad Pamasar, the head coach of Suriname, you got to be pleased so far with what you've seen. Coming up on a 25 or a quarter of the way through this match, and his team level 1-1 and having also scored a goal. So a lot of positivity for this Suriname team with Blade set to play it in. No, instead it'll be played quickly. That was the 6, Huleman, who played it to Blade. Huleman, again, as we mentioned, the lone Suriname player who plays his futsal in Europe. Shot blocked, and it leads to a break. Except Borges very smartly comes off his line and guides it over for a Suriname kick. High line of pressure now from Suriname. From Costa Rica. And it goes back over to Castro. So here we are at the Alexis Arguello Sports Complex in Managua. Wonderful facility here in the Nicaraguan capital in honor of the great Nicaraguan boxer, the late 70s and 80s. Chance here, and it's deflected out. It'll be a corner kick here for Costa Rica, and a little extra conversation there between Salas and Giovanni Blatz. Cabacetta with it. Nice passing here from Costa Rica. Collision. Costa Rica wanted a whistle, not coming. Salas. Salas again, right-footed shot, goal! So excellent give and go there. The passing between Costa Rica. Really well done. John Salas scoring the goal, and Costa Rica have their first lead of the day. Really nice 1-2 there with Pablo Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, he scored the first Costa Rica goal, and he's assisted on the second as the Ticos have a 2-1 lead. And ahead for the first time today. Now we'll see what kind of response Suriname might have. And a whistle. Now we're back to play, but a cheap turnover there in their own half. You can't be too lackadaisical with the passing in front of your own goal, and now another Suriname player down. So not a good sign there. Kind of an under-hit pass. And it led to a chance for Costa Rica. That was number 12, Marcelinho Plat, who took a bit of a blow there, but now he's back. And here comes Suriname. What can they do with the ball? A little chip there and a right footer hooked wide. Not a bad look, as it was lofted over to number 4, Julian Matrek. But Matrek unable to get it on frame. Here's Fonseca. It's over to Vindas. Now back to Fonseca, the 6. And a shot from Salas, deflected well out of play. Adams back on for Suriname, you see. A shot from distance, headed away. So Costa Rica certainly not afraid to shoot from outside the area. Diego Chavarria, the number 4 for Costa Rica, he's also in. See him playing in front of goal. That's Chavarria with it. Plays it back out. Over to Fonseca. To Vindas. Little turn there from Chavarria, and his shot sails wide. So a lot of times you see that attacking player, that forward, almost post up like a big man in basketball, as the players will use him to run off of. That time Chavarria taking the ball himself, turning and just firing wide. Vindas swings it over. Fonseca. Fonseca to kick it in. Chance here for Costa Rica. Save. Really nice save there from Borges. So often, a lot of these goalkeepers get shielded by their own players, and it's hard to pick up a shot in time. Good job from Borges to do it there. Chavarria, and he's tripped. And that will definitely be a free kick. See if the card comes out. Blatz. He definitely got the right foot there of Diego Chavarria. That one hurts, but it's a free kick and a great scoring opportunity here for the Ticos. Curious to see who takes this one. Salas appears to be the chosen one here as he's talking with Vindas. Cabaceta also giving instructions. And Costa Rica said it leads to a turnover. So that chance goes by the wayside. Still just a 2-1 game here. Costa Rica ahead. Central Americans with dominating possession, but still only 1 goal in front. It's Cabaceta. Back to Salas. That was Vindas just trying to flip it over. Castro having to make a save and quickly played up to Cabaceta. Lays it off, shot and off target. The ball will belong to Suriname. And the ball belongs now to Costa Rica. As Suriname, again, just having difficulty keeping the ball. They haven't been put to the sword too much by Costa Rica, but as things trickle into the second half, all these teams, they played yesterday, so fatigue becomes a factor. Suriname will want to have some of the ball. And to try to maintain possession and make the Costa Rican defense work some. But right now it is all Costa Rica. As Adams plays it out. That's the goalkeeper, Sastromaja. And that high line of pressure from Costa Rica really bearing fruit for the men in red. Rodriguez to kick it in. Chavarria, the right-footed shot, misses wide. That one's played long. And that's now Suriname doing that a couple times, just trying to play it long up to one of their big forwards up top, in that case Adams, but does not seem to be working for him. That shot sprayed wide by Fonseca. And given right back. Left-footed shot and a little back heel. That was Fonseca trying to steer and redirect that one into goal using the back heel. Unable to do so. It stays with the Ticos. It's played in, that's Salas. And Rodriguez with the shot, that goes wide. So Rodriguez staking his claim early for man of the match honors. He has a goal and assist, so he's had a hand in both Costa Rica goals. Oh, and a long ball played forward for Suriname. They make the connection, but unable to control it is Pita, and it goes over to Costa Rica. So a long ball hoofed up to Pita, but unable to control the pass, and it's not a bad look there for Suriname. Right-footed shot, and it rolls wide. And I think Borges got a slight tap on it, or maybe it took a slight deflection. It's a corner kick for Costa Rica. Right-footed shot, and Chavarria sends it into the second level. As it's still just a 2-1 Costa Rica lead heading to the final 5 minutes of this first period. Adams dashing forward, trying to get something going for Suriname. Plays it in. Pita unable to control. There's a couple switches there from Costa Rica. A flick back. Oh, what a save from Borges. He came soaring across to parry that away. And you see there, it looked for all the world that Cabacetta was going to turn that into goal. But Borges, great reaction. And goes flying to his left. Here's a look at the goal. The first goal of the game belonging to Suriname. But back came Costa Rica. Rodriguez equalizing Evangelino Sastromeja's opener. And then the second goal for Salas, Jan Salas. That's where we stand right now with a 2-1 Costa Rica lead with 4:27 left in this first period and a timeout. So while it is maybe looked and felt one-sided in Costa Rica's favor, the scoreline suggests that it is still very much a 50-50 affair here, with Costa Rica only leading by a goal. And Suriname have shown on the counter, on the break, they can be deadly. But right now, just having difficulty keeping the ball are the Suriname players. See some conversations there with Borges and Roche Pita. And Costa Rica, right-footed shot blocked. So I think Suriname have done an excellent job today with Costa Rica playing those kick-ins and one-timing shots toward goal, but almost every time there's been a Suriname player there to block the effort, to block the chance. Here's Leon. Salas. Salas again, and unable to control, and it goes out to Suriname. Borges will play it. Dangerous pass across, but it stays with Suriname. And a long ball played forward. That Costa Rican pressure yielding another giveaway from Suriname. So the final 4 minutes of this first period, and kind of get the sense that we got another goal coming here in this first half, this first period. Be a big lift for either side to get it. Major difference between 2-2 and 3-1, of course. Pretty physical play right there. And that was number 11, Blade, going in on Rodriguez. Here's number 2, Vindas, to the game now for Costa Rica. He plays to Leon. Cabacetta. Vindas. Back to Cabacetta. Tries to play the back heel. Instead, it turns it over to Suriname. Long ball played forward, but easy for Castro. 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Tijerino, the golden ball from 3 years ago in Guatemala. Here's a shot, right-footed, curled over the crossbar. There's Vindas, take another look at that as he takes the pass from Tijerino. Read the whole way there by Borges. And a quick turnover there. Costa Rica looking to break, 3-on-1, and just wide of the net. So another close call. The Suriname bench wanted a foul beforehand. Cabaceta, instead, he plays out wide to Tijerino, who goes right back to Cabaceta, but Cabaceta unable to get it on target, missing just from a yard out. And that pass cut down by Tijerino. Nice job there. And cleared away by Suriname. So the Ticos really, really turning the screws here, trying to get a third goal before the intermission. Give themselves a bigger cushion going into the break. But instead, we've got a break here for Suriname. And turned right back over. Here come the Ticos. The defense stretched, and Tijerino able to poke it home. That ball played across. Sastromaja unable to clear, and Tijerino, he takes advantage. Gives his team a 3-1 lead. There it was. It's played across, and Sastromaja just unable to get the ball from underneath his feet, right there in front of the goal. A perilous position, and Tijerino sneaks in and pokes it home. So now 3-1 to Costa Rica in this first period. Tijerino scoring with 2:06 left. Here they come again. And this one is out. Suriname desperate to just put together some passes, but Costa Rica using that pressure, not allowing that to happen. And here's a chance, and barely missed that connection there with Tijerino. And again, another turnover. Right-footed shot, wide. That looked like Venus had goal written all over it. But the giveaways are coming from Suriname in their own half, and a lot of the times deep in their own half. And Costa Rica are all over them. So Suriname probably will very much welcome the halftime whistle. And if they can get there just down 3-1, I'm sure they will welcome that. Costa Rica with it. Can they get a fourth? And pushed to the ground is Tijerino, and there is a whistle. And it looks like we will see a free kick with 1:03 remaining. I believe that was 12. Platt, who was whistled for the foul. Much to the dismay of Suriname head coach Prashad Parmesar. And a very dangerous position here for Costa Rica. See Tijerino there talking with Cabaceta. Cabaceta, who also plays in Poland. It's Tijerino back to Cabaceta, and Cabaceta well over the crossbar. So a bit of a pipeline that has opened up in recent years between Costa Rica and Poland. 4 of these Costa Rica players playing in Poland. Tijerino joking that when he got to Poland, he thought he'd be just fine speaking English. He speaks very good English. And he came to realize the town where he was living in Poland, not a lot of people spoke English, so he had to get busy learning some Polish, which he has. Says he's not fluent, but is doing a lot better now and can communicate with the locals, so good to hear. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Costa Rica in control, 3-1, looking to add to that total before intermission. Play back to Vindas. Up to Cabaceta, lays it back. And we have a whistle and a foul against Costa Rica. It'll be Suriname ball with 15.9 remaining in the first. Another look here, and yeah, you saw it right there. That was Vindas coming through and with the trip, giving Suriname the chance to close out this half. Still some time, a couple seconds left. Can Costa Rica sneak in a late strike? And instead they will play back as the halftime whistle or halftime horn sounds with the halftime score. It's Costa Rica 3 and Suriname 1. Goals from Minor Cabaceta, Pablo Rodriguez, and Milentin Tijerino for the Ticos, while Vangelinos Estromaja scored the opener in this one, scoring the goal for Suriname, as these two teams will retreat to the halftime locker rooms with the score Costa Rica 3 and Suriname 1. Managua as the second half just about set to start. Costa Rica leading 3-1. It'll be Suriname kicking off. This is the third game of the day on match day 2. Opener saw Guatemala defeat Trinidad and Tobago 5-3, while the Dominican Republic edged the United States 7-6. So Guatemala with 2 wins in their first 2 games, the first team to reach the 6-point plateau in the 2024 Concacaf Futsal Championship. 3 more games after this one. Next it'll be Haiti taking on Mexico, and then Canada versus Panama in a rematch of their 2021 quarterfinal, and Nicaragua, Cuba, 2 teams who also faced each other in the 2021, albeit in the group stage. Nicaragua winning that one 4-1. So curious to see how those later games factor. Mexico, they were 7-3 winners against Suriname yesterday, while Haiti fell to Costa Rica 7-3. Canada and Cuba playing 2 entertaining 5-5 draw, while Panama downed Nicaragua 6-3. So a lot to play for, both today and then, of course, in the group stage finales. But the key round being that quarterfinal round, the quarterfinal winners securing a ticket to the 2024 FIFA Futsal World Cup in Uzbekistan. Costa Rica, with a win here, they will edge themselves closer to that achievement. But a lot of work to do here in this second period against Suriname. Costa Rica leading 3-1. 3 unanswered goals so far. Trying to add to that total. See what kind of response Suriname might have coming out of this break. Tijerino. Back to Leon. Tijerino now on the right. See, Costa Rica, they are going to be very patient in their approach. They are confident in their passing game, and they know with enough movement and enough quick passing, they can stretch this Suriname defense and find the back of the net. So it's going to be up to Suriname to stay compact, stay organized. Nice save there from Borges. Quick shot taken by Leon. And a turnover deep. Borges using his feet to corral that one. So as I said, Suriname really have to be careful, stay organized and compact in the back, while make the most of their chances in the attacking half. Here they are in the Costa Rican half. What can they do with it here? Duisburg. And instead, the Costa Rica pressure will send Suriname back. Able to play it forward, though. This is one of Suriname's best sequences of the game, but they turn it over. Duisburg unable to control it. And the shot wide. It'll go over to Suriname. You kind of get the sense that a goal either way could really define this one. If Suriname can get a goal and pull within 3-2, the belief will certainly come into play. But a Costa Rica goal and 4-1, the three-peat champs. Here's another look at that foul as Salas went down. Duisburg committing the foul. A 3-goal lead for Costa Rica. And that is a very steep hill for Suriname to climb. So really going to be interesting to see how this unfolds here in the early stages of the second half. And over the free kick is Leon of Costa Rica. He goes short. Vindas. And a break here for Suriname. And unable to get it out of his feet. He had a man open. That was 9, Adams, with Duisburg streaking toward goal, but unable to find him. We're seeing Suriname play just a little bit quicker. And there's a shot on goal. So good rip there by Blatz. So the first shot on target in a while from Suriname. And you could tell the halftime adjustment was to play a little bit quicker out of their own half. Use that as a way to alleviate some of the pressure coming from Costa Rica. And Pablo Ortega checking in for Costa Rica. We haven't seen too much of him today. Ortega into it. Fonseca. Over to Ortega. Good movement here. But now a break for Suriname. They've got a 2-on-1 if they can handle it. And a shot wide. It was Donner, Lorenzo Donner with the opportunity. Decent break there. Good defending. Coming back was Cabaceta for Costa Rica. But much better from Suriname in this second period. Fonseca. Quick left-footed shot, but didn't get it off cleanly, did Ortega. And now a foul in the area, and yes, a penalty. A penalty for Costa Rica. Let's have another look. Cabaceta wins it, and just inside the arc, Cabaceta goes down, and it will be a penalty. So there you see the mark, the penalty spot. So Borges, he will have to be at his best to handle this one. And no, it's been waved off. So after a review, the penalty has been waved off and the ball belongs to Suriname as they play it quickly. So a big moment there. Costa Rica thinking that they were going to have a penalty kick, but after the review, let's take another look at it. Cabaceta. And they say no, there was no foul there. So it remains open play. Costa Rica leading 3-1, but that call ultimately favoring Suriname. Fonseca plays it into Ortega. Over to Gomez. Gomez at the top. Almost 5 minutes gone in this second period. We're seeing Costa Rica still dominate possession, but I think you have to say Suriname much brighter performance so far here in this second period. Going very quickly, playing out of their own half, trying to avoid the pressure. But here's a break now for Costa Rica. Cabaceta, he can't hang on to it. And now a break for Suriname. Right-footed shot blocked. But already Suriname getting a couple shots, couple cracks at goal here in the second period. So yeah, when they are getting the ball, they are going very quickly. They do not want to let Costa Rica converge on them, especially in the corner. Nice ball played up forward, able to control it. Now across. And that'll go out, and that will belong to Suriname. Adams using his body to shield the Costa Rican player to win the kick in. Good coverage there from Costa Rica, forces the turnover. They were trying to use Donner there to free up space for Suriname, but no such luck. Ortega. Gomez now to Fonseca. Fonseca tries to just kind of loft a little chip in. Instead, it's Suriname. Now back to Costa Rica. So time ticking away in this second period, but no goals yet in this second period. And Suriname certainly within striking distance. And a goal here from Suriname would make things very interesting. They go long. Castro comes way off his line to clear. So more of a long ball approach from Suriname. Matre kicks it in. Right-footed shot and way off the mark. Played quickly by Costa Rica, but back over to Suriname. Matre. Well, he was looking for Platt. No such luck. But some long balls, long passing from Suriname to alleviate pressure. Playing quicker in their own half. And right-footed shot is deflected out. It'll be a corner for Costa Rica. Oh, off the bar. So just a hammered left footer from Fonseca. Strikes the crossbar, and it leads to a break for Suriname. And the ball will go over to Costa Rica, but what a crack. That was Rodriguez, excuse me. And Borges was late to it. That would have been a goal, but just a hair too high from Rodriguez. But what a powerful shot. Almost a fourth. Fonseca now. Gomez. Back to Gomez. Rodriguez. Another shot off the bar. My goodness. Pablo Rodriguez on back-to-back shots hits the crossbar. And if he was in training and tried to do that, he probably couldn't go back-to-back crossbar shots. So Rodriguez has been a force in this one. He has a goal, he has an assist, and has hit the crossbar now twice. Costa Rica playing to their liking, 2-goal lead, just over 12 minutes remaining. A patient approach. Rodriguez plays it to Gomez. Gomez asks for it back. Really nicely done there from Borges coming off his line. Just a slight bit of a heavy touch from Gomez, and now Borges asks for time. Looks like a hamstring. You saw there, and that was a little bit of a heavy touch. Borges reacting well. Comes off his line. And appears to be okay. He will stay in the game. Substitutions coming for Costa Rica. As Rodriguez will hold on to it while those changes can be made. Tejerino back into the fray. See Vindas also on. Rodriguez. Salas. Tijerino. Shot blocked. Goes back to Tijerino. Vindas. Costa Rica running some clock as well. Rodriguez. You can see the movement in rotation from Costa Rica. Now looking to go on goal. Shot and a kick save wide from Borges. And again, it's that left hamstring that's acting up, and that's not a good sign from Borges. He had to stretch to make that save, and entirely possible that we might be seeing the backup goalkeeper, Resham Panchu, for Suriname come into the game. The 13 right now still has his bib on the bench. Little magic spray there for Borges. Hoping to stretch that muscle out. A little over 10 minutes left. There you see now, Panchu warming up. See if he gets into this one. And yes, Pancho will enter the match as Borges has to come off, as they will take a look at him. But Pancho, he will make his appearance and comes right off his line to swallow that up. So the number 2 for Suriname thrown right into the fire. Still just a 2-goal lead. For Costa Rica. Rodriguez, the shot, and it beat. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought for a second that that was a goal that had come in, that it entered the net, but no. Just wide. Here's the shot. And it took a slight deflection. Borges back in. So he got a little bit of treatment and was okay to come back in. So Pancho back on the bench. So it was Borges making that last save. And I thought for a split second when I saw the net rippled, but that was a goal that he had snuck in inside the post. But alas, it was just wide. And it's still just a 3-1 affair. Salas. Vindas, now to Tijerino. Costa Rica so good with their movement, their passing. Rodriguez. And the ball will belong to Suriname. So again, Costa Rica dominating possession. Almost camped out in the Suriname half, but still only leading by 2 goals. So they have not put Suriname away. Suriname hanging in there, hanging around. Be curious to see if Borges is going to become more of a figure going forward for Suriname. Shot from distance and blocked. Good defending from Suriname. Castro coming forward. You know, you really got to credit this Suriname team for some staunch defending in this second half. And again, this is a team in their last 2 meetings. Granted, they were 20 years apart. Just about that, but they had conceded 25 goals to Costa Rica, but here it's only been 3. Foul there as Tijerino was wrestled down, and that's going to produce our first card of the game. It's number 4, Jillian Matrek, with the yellow card. So the first yellow card of the day, or the game here. So Matrek whistled for the foul, bringing down Tijerino. Tijerino and Salas over this free kick. Curious to see who takes this one. Appears to be Salas. So a great scoring chance here for the Ticos. Can they make the most of it? Can they take advantage? It'll be Salas. Shoots it and just over the crossbar. So goes for goal. He's looking for that top right corner, but unable to land it on target. And played out by Matrek. Some miscommunication with Sastromaja. Tijerino now. Tijerino tries to squeeze in between 2 defenders, get the shot off, but saved by Borges. Matrek. And it'll belong to Suriname. So these chances right here, Suriname, what can they do with it? About 8 minutes left remaining. It's Adams, but he's stripped of the ball by Tijerino. Fonseca. Salas. Right-footed shot blocked. That was Cabaceta taking the shot. And Vindas will play back in for Costa Rica. Goes back to his goalkeeper, Castro. So remember, another important factor is goal difference. So it behooves Suriname to, even if they were to go down in defeat, to try to limit the damage as much as possible. But still a ton of time left. And still just 2 goals down with 7 minutes remaining. And here's a break for Suriname. What can they do with it? And misconnection there. That was Pita looking for Adams. And those are the types of opportunities you just can't let go to waste. Here's a shot. And wide off the mark from Leon. But these forays forward for Suriname, they were really going to have to make them count now. At least try to get a shot off, try to get something on target. You never know what might happen. And again, lack of control there. And that's happened now a couple times with Pita, where he just has been unable to control the ball, and we have a timeout. And I think this might be coming for Suriname, electing to take a timeout. Excuse me, the timeout's for Costa Rica. So head coach Alexander Ramos just telling his team, maybe pressing a little bit, wishing they had more goals, but just to not lose focus and to certainly not be vulnerable on the break, and to let Suriname back into this one. You know, meanwhile for Suriname, just hanging around. No goals scored by either side in this second period. So credit to both sides for really firming things up in the back. Review the scoring. It was Sastromaja who gave Suriname a 1-0 lead 13:15 left in the first period, but less than a minute later, 58 seconds later, Pablo Rodriguez equalized for Costa Rica 1-1. And then at 9:56 remaining, it was Jan Salas for Costa Rica on a pass from Rodriguez for 2-1 Costa Rica lead. And then Milentin Tijerino with 2:06 left in the first period to hand the Ticos a 3-1 advantage. And that's where we stand. So the last score coming at just over 2 minutes left in the first period. Since then, no goals, plenty of chances. Costa Rica wanting a foul there in the box. And play on. Suriname now breaking. Chance here. And good defensive work there from Costa Rica. Not allowing. That was Nana. Jahame Nana for Suriname. Not allowing him to get off a shot. And that ball had gone out of play. It would not have counted. So Jahame Nana for Suriname. Haven't called his name too much today. Costa Rica with it. Fonseca. Plays it up to Cabaceta and bodied off the ball is Cabaceta. Good defending there from Blatz. Costa Rica with it. Goes inside. Nice turn. And just shot wide from Cabaceta. Really excellent turn from Cabaceta. Oh, and I think that even grazed the post. Cabaceta has had a couple of really good chances. Good looks at goal. Costa Rica with it, coming up on almost 5 minutes left in this second period. It's a 2-goal game. Right-footed shot blocked. And they're gonna, that whistle is going to go against Suriname for, I think they're calling a handball. And it's also a yellow card. And that yellow card has been issued to Blatz. So the second yellow card of the game, Giovanni Blatz. And it will be a free kick for Costa Rica from another dangerous spot, as that last shot coming off the arm of Blatz. And let's have another look. It was Cabaceta. No? I think that might have been interference. Not a handball, but rather interference. In any event, Borges with the save. Free kick taken quickly. And a nice save there from Borges. Parries it to safety. Chip back into play. Cabaceta, and he'll go back to his goalkeeper, Castro. That shot is blocked and out of play by Suriname. This Suriname defense, you got to give them tons of credit for what they've done in this second half. Excellent job. Just not allowing a clean look at goal. But they still need to get something going in attack if they are to get a result out of this. I would absolutely love a point here, but time is ticking away. And Suriname taking a timeout. as this critical juncture of the game. If they are going to make a comeback and get themselves back on even terms, it's going to happen now. .425 left. Costa Rica leading 3-1. Costa Rica seeking their second win of this tournament. Meanwhile, Suriname still searching for their first result. As we mentioned, 3 more games on the docket today, including the second game in Group A between Haiti and Mexico. Group B will finish out the night, Canada and Panama. And then assuredly, once again, the home fans in Managua will fill up the Alexis Arguello Sports Complex in Managua to watch their team, Nicaragua, take on Cuba. So played back in now. Final minutes of this one. And Costa Rica, they're looking pretty good to emerge with the 3 points, but you know they would like to improve their attacking and to get another goal or two before the final horn. Costa Rica is such a prolific side when it comes to scoring, especially in this tournament, but held in check by this Suriname team so far in this second period. And now a whistle here. As Blotz will make way. It's been a full day for him. He's got a yellow card. He went down with an injury early. Had a good look at goal. And Borges flirting a little bit with the 4-second call. He's able to get it off and play it. Played up forward and a chance, and unable to control it is Blade for Suriname, and it'll go back to Costa Rica. The Ticos in control. Really a commanding performance from this Costa Rica team. I think the only thing that they could look back on this one is the lack of a finishing product. 3 goals in the first period, but still nothing here in the second. What can Suriname do? Can they make it a 1-goal affair? Tried to slip it in, did Sastromaja, but no luck. And now back comes Costa Rica. And stabbed away by the Suriname defense. Good job. Not letting Leon have a chance at goal. Fonseca over to Tijerino. Back to Fonseca. Lots of space there from Tijerino. Instead, he elects to go to the middle, and that will be a whistle there, a foul called. They found Tijerino on that right flank, and he had plenty of room, and he elected to go back into the middle, but they earned the foul after Jayama Nana committed the foul. And it will be a free kick for Costa Rica. Fonseca, Tijerino, and Leon converge. See who will take this one. It appears to be Tijerino. as they talk this over. 2:50 left in the second period in the game. It will be Tijerino. He goes short. He goes to Leon and just misses at the far post. Leon, he was looking for the streaking Fonseca. Really well worked play from Costa Rica. Just unable to connect with Fonseca. It would have been a tap in. Just missing that connection. But a great look at goal for the Ticos. Costa Rica with it now. Trying to add to that lead. Give themselves an insurance goal here in the late going. Played back in by Costa Rica. And Costa Rica very content just to use their passing. No pressure from Suriname. I'm a little surprised that you're not seeing Suriname try to pressure them a little bit to force a turnover. There's one right there. Here they come. Nice move there. The shot saved. So that's exactly what Suriname's trying to do. Play good defense and give themselves a chance. Oh. And Suriname, they're able to keep it in, but a great chance at goal. Good save from Castro. Suriname with it. Left-footed shot. It's deflected. It'll go out. It'll stay with Suriname. A goal here from Suriname could make things very, very interesting. Nana. He will give the ball up. Sastromaja, who has the lone Suriname goal on the day. But they got to get forward into the Costa Rica half if they're going to make it happen. Suriname wanted a handball, but instead it'll belong to Costa Rica. But you saw there was a giveaway from Costa Rica, and Suriname was able to break. Castro with a monster save to keep this a 2-goal lead for Costa Rica. We are coming up on 1 minute to go in this game. Right-footed shot, wide. That was Fonseca having a rip at goal. Sorry, that was Salas. Salas, who scored the second goal of the day for Costa Rica. Unable to connect on that one. Corner kick for Costa Rica. The shot-footed shot, and just over the crossbar. That was Fonseca. Played long, and it will belong to Suriname for a corner kick. 1 minute remaining. No goals have been scored in this second half. Blade will take it. Goes back to Sastromaja. And a chance cleared away by Costa Rica. It stays with Suriname. Alexander Ramos, the Costa Rica coach, giving out some late instructions to his side. And too heavy as that chance falls by the wayside for Suriname. And I think at this point, Costa Rica will be content to hold the ball and just let the clock tick away. Rodriguez. Fonseca, Rodriguez. And a shot taken there well off the mark. That was number 11, Daniel Gomez. Way off his line comes Castro to clear. 31.1 left. Adams. Suriname with it, but just unable to get toward goal to get a shot off, and instead it's a turnover. Costa Rica on the break. Salas won it and just brings it back into his own half as Rodriguez will take one last crack at goal. It's saved, and the horn sounds, and no goals in the second period. Our halftime score was 3-1. And our full-time score is also Costa Rica 3 and Suriname 1. Minor Cabaceta, Pablo Rodriguez, and Militant Tijerino for the Ticos. Evangelino Sastromaja for Suriname as the goal scorers on the day, as Costa Rica improved to 2 wins from 2 games in Group A and now sit on 6 points and first place in the group, with the second game of the group coming up after this between Haiti and Mexico. But Costa Rica, the 3-time defending champions, sitting pretty, all signs pointing towards a berth in the knockout stage as they defeat Suriname 3-1. So taking a look at the highlights, a couple chances early for the two teams, a couple crossbars, and a chance cleared off the line. But it was Suriname striking first as Evangelino Sastramaja gave Suriname a 1-0 lead with 13:15 left in the first period. You see right there, beats Castro, and Suriname brimming with belief in a 1-0 lead. But Costa Rica, they were so good in possession today, especially in this first half. And Pablo Rodriguez, a big part of that. Initial attempt blocked, the second go at it hits the back of the net, and it's 1-1 only 58 seconds later. Costa Rica would strike for a second through Jean Salas. 9:56 left in the first period, so it was 2-1 with the Ticos off the pass from Rodriguez. Rodriguez finishing the day with a goal and assist. Suriname hanging in there. Borges with a couple excellent saves, but right before halftime with 2:06 left in the first period, some clumsy defending allows Militant Tijerino to poke home. And that would end up being the final goal of the game with 2:06 left in the first period. The second period, Costa Rica remained on the front foot. A couple chances for Suriname, but nothing that really troubled Pablo Castro in the Costa Rica goal. Instead, you had a couple instances off the crossbar from Pablo Rodriguez for Costa Rica. Credit to Borges, he was excellent today and maintaining a clean sheet for the second half. Some wayward finishing from Cabaceta. Good save there from Borges. And Costa Rica, they tried to add to their lead, but just a little lacking on that front. But they'll still more than gladly accept the 3 points. The 3-1 victory. So that will do it from here, from the Alexis Arguello Sports Complex. As your final score in Group A, it's Costa Rica 3, Suriname 1. Arch Bell joining you for this one, and we will be back very shortly for the next game of the day between Haiti and Mexico. But signing off for now, we'll see you in a bit. Final score, Costa Rica 3, Suriname 1.